All right, boys, today we got a good one for you. We're going to be using the Obdstar KeyMaster G3 to clone this engine computer for a Subaru. And this is the part number, as you can see. Let me get that for you. So there it is. And I'm going to show you the board. And this is the board. Looks like, I believe, a Renesas MCU. And here's the back of it. As you can see, and here's where we're going to be focusing on, and this is the EEPROM chip. This contains VIN information and security information to start the vehicle. I'm going to put it under the microscope here so you can get a better look at it. As you can see, that all of that you see there on the side, there is a protective gel coating all on the board. So you need to scrape it off. I already went ahead and scraped it off. Well, it's some of it, right? So you can see a lot of it is hanging on there. But you need to make sure you clear that out the way because it will get in the way of your reading. And let me tell you something, just by looking at this, I can tell you right now which is pin 1. And the reason I can tell you that is for this dot right here on the chip, and also on the board there's an arrow here designating pin 1. And then also I know the profile of this chip. This is a S93C86, and I know we've got current here, and I know we've got ground here, and there's a capacitor between the two to provide both of that. So just from those, I can look at it and instantly tell what's going on with this chip. And for this, we're going to be using our push pin style EEPROM clip reader. And this is, let me tell you something, all this, the KeyMaster G3, we're the first distributor here in the USA to have this available. Reviews here on the channel, definitely check it out. Head over to our website, globalcommerceca.com, and pick yours up today. And the clip reader we're using, here it is. So it's this is what it looks like. You've got this portion here, and it's coded, as you can see. Pin 1 is going to tell you where it is. So that's going to be pin 1 through 4. And the same thing on the other side. So pin 1 has a little dot here, so you can see. This will insert to section D on the C4 adapter, which comes with your G3. And of course, you're going to connect to your MP001. So your connection is going to be 12 volts in, your OBD out, which connects to your MP001, and then your C4 adapter, which your push pin style, available on our website, globalcommerceca.com, connected. And at that point, you will be able to then put it directly on the chip to read it. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you here. All right, guys, so we got everything hooked up. We've got our G3 connected here to our OBD power, and it connects the OBD to the MP001, and then we have our C4 adapter, and we've got our push pin style reader available on our website, and we've got our original board. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is make sure we place it correctly. So I know pin 1 is in this corner, and I'm going to want to have that with pin 1, which we know has that little arrow like I showed you. So this would go like this, and on our G3 we want to go into programmer, EEPROM again. Now we want to go to brand, Atmel. Then we're going to go down to S93C86, and it is the last one, as you can see here. Click on that. We're going to tell it to start. It's going to tell us to connect the MP001. We already do have it connected. Now we're going to actually press connect. Connect, what it actually does is make a connection to our MP001. From there, once we're connected, we can now use the functions of the MP001 to read and write. So let's go ahead and do connect. It's connecting. Connection successful. So now we're connected to the MP001. Now when you hit read the first time, it's actually going to open up the this menu here, or rather this screen here, to show you it's real-time polling live data. So you're going to be able to see when you physically make good connection with all these pins, and when your pin out is correct, all these that are red should go green. Okay, so now I'm going to do it here. So this is one of the advantages of this compared to any other programmer right now on the market here on the mobile space. So I'm gonna now start pushing it down, applying pressure, and I'm making contact with everything except for pin 8. So let me check that and make sure I have it clean. So I'm going to show you just how accurate this is. I'm just going to extend my hand movement so you can see how it affects the reading. So I'm moving my hand. You see that? So you want to make sure you just I just heard it click, so that means I've kind of fallen off of the pin. So let me reseat it. All right, so I've reseated it, and then you want to apply just light pressure, and once you have it at the correct position, as I do now, you'll then just press the escape button there. So let me do that really quick. And then what it's going to do is immediately read. And I'm moving around because I'm trying to record at the same time. All right. And there it is. It's read the EEPROM. So I'm going to go ahead and append the name. I'm going to tell it original. Oh, okay. This one deletes the name right away when you enter this. I'm going to probably have Obdstar make that change on the G3. They fixed that for me on the DC706 so that when we actually put in a name, we can append the existed name or we can erase it. Anyway, I'm going to save this as Subaru original. So I know it's that one. Tell it okay. And that's it. Now I've got this original EEPROM backed up. So what I'm going to do now is get our donor board out, and I'm going to then back this up. It's not necessary, but I'm then going to write this EEPROM data to the donor. At that point, this donor will be, both of these will be able to start the vehicle without any issues, and the vehicle will not know the difference between this ECM or this ECM. Now that the data is read, I can go over to the hex editor side and actually view the data. And as you can see, we've got information. I believe this is the VIN number on the vehicle. And we could view or edit any information we need at this point, including the VIN number if we needed to, right? So this contains security data and also, of course, VIN information. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and write the data to the donor unit. Now, I don't have it connected, but one thing I'll show you, if we go to write, I'll tell it to load file, and we're going to select our file that we just saved. Tell it OK. It does bring this up, but there's sometimes if you go to read again, it will not bring this up. So I'm going to reach out to Obdstar to just have them, anytime you do a read and write, to always bring this screen up, because this is very helpful to make sure you're connected properly. Because if you're connected improperly, it's easy to have a false read or a false write and mistaken it, because the programmer might not always catch it if maybe the one of these certain pins could be off. Depending on a chip, for example, this is data in and data out. Maybe the data out could be off, and it might be getting some responses back from the chip, but the chip might not be receiving anything from the programmer. Such basically scenarios, something like that. All right, so I've got it positioned and it looks pretty good. I'm going to tell escape, and it's writing data. You want to make sure you got a steady hand during this process. Writing success. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to read it. I just want to confirm that it matches. And I will take the default name on this one. Tell it okay. And now I'm going to go to hex editor and just take a quick look at it. And that looks pretty good. I'm actually going to compare the two files, but that's it. At this point, this should be a one-to-one clone of the original ECM. This is the original. I actually marked it. I always mark everything I do. You're going to see I put an O right there, so I know it's the original one. And so now both of these will be able to start the vehicle, no problems. So if you didn't know this, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Definitely head over to our website, globalcommerceca.com, and pick up your G3 today. Just a little bonus footage I'm going to show you. I'm going to just compare the two files. And this is our path, by the way, DP, our model, and data folder. So here's my original file that we saved. It's always good to stick to the end, guys. Then I'm going to go and upload the last one that we did, which should be that one. and both files are identical. So that is a good clone. So just a little bonus footage for you guys. Definitely click that thumbs up button, like, and subscribe. See you on the next one.